Alright, hopefully this one doesn't get disconnected. My main actually is kind of on track, but it's just going to take quite a bit of time to get everything organized. I need actors, I need some equipment. I really just need an editing system, a really good editing system, to get everything going, because I can always use pre-made music and stuff like that in order to fulfill what I'm looking for. I'm waiting to see if I can get over here in traffic. Just leaving work right now. I check my phone. I'm subscribed to a lot of people, a lot of Fallout stuff, and I might have to just pre-record this. All right, I keep having connectivity issues, so I might have to stop this broadcast if it keeps going and just pre-record something to upload later. But going forward, the initial release of the game didn't come with the fixes that Bethesda had. That's okay, but the situation's already bad enough that there's enough negative publicity there. It's because I'm still having a lot of fun playing Fallout 76, whether it's on my own or with friends. It's a very laid-back experience. It's not like every other Fallout that I've played, of course not. But I knew that from the very beginning, which it's blowing my mind how many people are just kind of like mentioning things that Bethesda already said was going to be an issue. But I guess it's so bad for so many people that it's enough to say that we're on early release for I think about 2 years before the initial launch, and I had no interest in that game at all. They released, and I saw my brother playing it. I got an interest, and I ended up spending more than keeps getting disconnected. I don't really play games like Fortnite or PUBG. They just never attracted me. I love story, I love entertainment, but I also knew that when I played Fallout 4, I wanted a multiplayer experience where, you can interact with other players who are going through their own experiences. Now, the idea of it just being a online co-op game did seem appealing, but the more I thought about it, it's not exactly what I was expecting. What I wanted from an online game, for Fallout anyways, was to not just run into other players who can offer a progression of story or a perspective, of something that may have happened in their own experiences. I wanted that full immersion to be able to go ahead and interact with other players, learn about their quests and adventures, what big monsters did they kill, what things have they seen. This game so far has offered me the experience that I'm looking for. It's just right there to being perfect. Now, a lot of people bring up PvP, that PvP should have its own separate server or its own system that we can all go to if we really want to play PvP. I'm sure. I guess private servers would be fine. What I would want personally is if they upped the damage and there was a reward system for people who wanted to play negatively. There should be some sort of compensation for players who want to act as raiders or criminals. They should be able to get more than just junk. Maybe some caps, maybe something, like a random loot drop. If you can put random loot drops on an NPC, just put a random loot drop on a player. I don't know, maybe that's just thinking outside of the box. I don't pretend to understand that I know all the technical aspects that go into the game. I just know things that I would kind of like to see, and PvP definitely needs to up the damage. It's kind of sad that you can launch a nuke at someone and only do 1% damage. I think that's an insult, especially for people who gather all their resources and just with the purpose to go fight other players, because I can definitely see NPCs currently, the monsters and the creatures, although most of them are fascinating, they can get repetitive. So if you're a player that's easily bored playing video games that are open world recording, now I'm getting calls. So I'm hoping, hold on, yeah. So I wouldn't recommend this game to just about anybody. I'm very picky. I'm at work surrounded by a bunch of Call of Duty fans. They all love Call of Duty. They love Fortnite. And I feel like I'm the odd man out because I'm the only one with a Fallout lanyard and just can't stop talking about my experiences. I just don't have anyone to talk to about it. And that's unfortunate because I think a lot of people are missing out. One of my favorite reviewers, I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name or anything like that. I'll just keep it to myself because again, being new to YouTube, I don't need to get copyrighted for anything. But so yeah, like on his opinion, he absolutely hates the game, and all of his opinions and stuff, are understandable. But at the end of the day, like I'm left with that feeling of like, but that's not how I feel. That's not what I think of these glitches or these problems. Do I think they need to be resolved? Of course. Like this is definitely an unacceptable experience, but I think I'm past it enough to say that I'm enjoying it, not just as a fan of the game, but as someone who's genuinely just looking for an experience like this. I didn't buy Red Dead because I've never played Red Dead 1. Odyssey, an Odyssey or Assassin's in general anymore. Last one I played was Black Flag, and I thought that was a great game. But of course, most of the things I like seems to have a contradictory opinion. According to a lot of people, Black Flag was the worst of the Assassin's Creed. And I say no, I think it was the best one. But I guess I was looking for that pirate experience, and I got it. So, Fallout 76 isn't for everybody, and that is okay. But to sit here and say that I'm not allowed to enjoy it because the overall opinion says that I'm wrong, that's not fair, okay? Like, that's not fair. There's people like me that don't sit there and try to start fights or arguments with people over video games, okay? I'm 26 years old. I'm not in the habit of sitting here playing every single game. I'm not going to stream every single game. I chose a specific game because it's the one I like, and I'm streaming it and collecting content because I know I can make something out of it. And again, this is just a stepping stone for me. It will eventually move past Fallout, maybe over to just live footage that I want to record, maybe skits and movies that I want to make. The channel's going to grow past this one day, but as of right now, I'm having a ton of fun streaming content, and I can't wait to show you guys the projects that I'm going to be working on. Now, moving on past the bad, we can talk about some of the good. Man, the Enclave stuff is cool. And if you guys don't want spoilers, I would definitely suggest, this is the point where I would say, like, go ahead and end the video if you're done hearing me out. Because again, you're not going to get an overall negative opinion. I'm not going to sit here and say I hate the game, because no, it's not true. Right down to some of the glitches, which, when I do a quick edit of this video, maybe, I'll go ahead and just add some footage that I've experienced, or maybe I'll make a whole separate video for that. But I want to go over like the positive stuff, because if you're constantly pointing out the ghouls that are stuck in T-pose, or I'm always stuck in power armor, or I'm always getting disconnected, I apologize to say this, but I have not experienced it as bad as you guys, and apparently millions of other people haven't either. And that's not to say that it's not happening, it just means that there's a million people who are working through these issues and not blowing up on the internet. Another reviewer or YouTuber that I really like gave a positive review, and it reflected my own thoughts. And then it reflected another YouTuber that I like following who's really, really deep on the Fallout lore, 30 hours, so when it follows up to the story mode, the story's there. And it's cool when you log into a game that feels like you don't know where to start, because there is so much to do. And one of your friends logs in also and tells you, hey, there's an Enclave bunker over here, and it's got a lot of interesting, information that we can, read. So you go and you follow them into the cave. You find out that there is a bunker and there's information to be collected, and they're sitting there telling you about their experience already with that mission that they did. So now you're the one going to the mission, and you kind of already have a perspective, but it's exciting because suddenly you're able to give us, quest information. there's a good few minutes of me recording that, and it's really exciting. Again, if I manage to edit this video or I post a future video, I'll include that content. If not, when I start posting my official video, like series, you guys will see what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna sit here and post hours of nonsense or us just staring off into the clouds or reporting every single T figure that I see in the game, because I don't see it that much, and I apologize if that's not the same experience you're having. But I do believe the game will improve, and it'll get better as we go along. Already they're announcing some stuff that are pretty exciting. The stash limit's going to increase. They're going to add something called a bulldozer to get rid of those annoying rocks and trees that are in the way. Good on them. Keep doing this. Keep on this track and rebuild this game. Whether it takes a month to 3 months, I do not care. And it's not to shut up the players who are speaking negatively. It's not to sit here and point fingers and say, ha, I told you so. It's more so that I made a purchase knowing what I was getting into, and I feel confident that it's going to be addressed. Going forward, the game is going to get bigger. This whole thing, I believe, has been blown out of proportion. Suing Bethesda, the lawsuit, and all that. I wake up to something different every day about this game, and I think it's absolute nonsense. It's a video game, and if you feel like it was overpriced, sure, I can agree. Maybe it should have been knocked down to $30. But at the end of the day, I know that it's going to be worth my $60, especially if they're guaranteeing that they're going to be going forward for the next 5-10 years, however long this game lasts. If you want to if you want me to reference a game that they up-talked a lot of, but it wasn't 100% what I was expecting, I'll reference Grand Theft Auto 5. When Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, everybody was super stoked based on the trailer information. Everything looked like smooth gameplay. And as soon as we got into the game, there were load screens, there were disconnections, and just a bunch of errors. And I can tell you that, like, before I had streamed and when I was just playing video games just for the fun of it, that did get on my nerves. But when we got logged in officially and started playing through the game and finding those adventures or those missions, or when they even added the heist stuff, man, was I excited. And they always gave me a reason to come back. This is what this game is going to be. Right now they gave us a minor part of the story, and I feel like going forward with DLC expansion or character additions, because either they add NPCs or they don't. Point is that they're going to expand, and there's going to be more to explore, and it will expand this story. I have a very good feeling about this game. Even though the graphics aren't 100%, that's never bothered me as well, unless we're sitting here looking at RuneScape graphics, which I can't stand RuneScape myself. But, like, you know, it can't be that bad, because while I say that RuneScape sucks, to me, there's a billion other players who would say otherwise. So I think I've said it before, everyone is a fan of something. You know, whether it's football, whether it's going out and getting your hair done, your nails, or whatever it is you like to do as your hobby, that is yours. You can enjoy it how you like, you can nitpick it how you like, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you to think the way I think, or tell you what to buy and what not to buy. That's not up to me. That's you as a consumer, you as the player. You choose your entertainment. And I chose Fallout 76, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Nothing can change my mind on that. So far, I'm looking forward to all of the future content that they're going to go ahead and apply to the game. And I'm looking forward to continuing my stream work and hoping to see you guys on the streams. And if not, I will be compiling a small series. Might be a 6-part series at first, so that way we can get a feel for how people are reacting, maybe get some feedback there. And no, I won't half-ass the feedback. I won't wait weeks in advance to go ahead and do so. I'm going to get back on the ball and make sure that I'm posting videos for you guys every week. Because whether it's one person watching or it's 25 people watching, maybe one day 100, I want to make sure that I'm making my goals set. And this last week's been a little unsettling because I noticed that I haven't been posting videos as much, and I've noticed that I kind of slowed down on this gig, but it's in the meantime, I've been doing the stream work, collecting my content, talking to other people who are kind of in this entertainment business, trying to get music recorded or get something that I can apply to my series. Trying to get different actors involved, so when we do our skits, I have like some other people to work with, and maybe display different talent. I know it all sounds random right now, what I'm working on, but when it all comes together, it's gonna make sense and it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be amateur, but once we compile it together and you have that image of what I'm looking to achieve, I'm very excited moving forward with these projects. And Bethesda, here's my message to you. Stop being a dumbass. Quoting Red Foreman from the 70s show. Stop being a dumbass. Okay? I know you guys have potential to do great stuff. Okay? The Sweet Little Lies video I think is really funny. And, all these jokes are hilarious to me. I'm not going to sit here and say they're not funny or that I'm blind to the issues. But, I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to sit here and become hateful. It's just a waste of my time. If this game doesn't work out like I'm hoping for, for some reason, fine. I will find other things to go ahead and compile and work on. But in the meantime, I'm having a hell of a time with Bethesda. Keep doing what you're doing. Always look to improve your craft. Because going forward, I did mention that I won't buy any more, guys. And that's just video games in general. It's getting stale to me. I'm becoming more and more of an adult, as much as I hate to say it, but it's true. One day I might not play at all. I might play very limited. I need to start working on other things one day. But in the meantime, I'm having fun collecting this content. I'm trying to get my friends to be a little more, can feel very boring running that obstacle course. But I asked my good friend to go ahead and yell at me and scream all the shit talk she can think of. And it was a lot of fun to run around the obstacle course with someone yelling, what's the matter, maggot? You can't catch up? You're slowing down. You got 2 minutes. And it really started to lighten up the entire mood of the game. It really does affect it because, man, it feels real. There's definitely immersion there. Can it be game breaking when you see a T-pose? Of course, but it's kind of funny. Thank you for watching my quick review here. It's live, it's uncut, it's random. I know I can be repetitive sometimes. It's just something I do. Just going forward, I want to perfect this craft. I want to be able to talk to you guys, even if I don't have a live audience right now. When you do watch this review in the future, please leave your comments and what your thoughts are. Have you played the game? Are you liking it? If you don't like something, go ahead and explain it. I'm willing to read through it, hear you out, and respond to you to the best of my ability. Just don't sit here and bash other people. Don't sit here and compile my commentary with negative stuff, because it's just, that's not what this channel is for. I'm going to do the best I can to make the best content possible, and that's not Bethesda's doing. That's me taking a tool they've provided and applying it positively, if that makes sense. Thank you for watching my re-review of Fallout 76. I'm hoping to put more videos out in the future, as I said, whether it's live or to share. Thank you. You guys have a great night.